Rob MacCachren, driver of the Rockstar Energy Makita Tool BF Goodrich Tire Traxxas truck. We're here at Wild West Motorsport Park in Sparks, Nevada. You know, it's one of our fastest tracks on the circuit. We go upwards of probably close to 90 miles an hour. 2013 season's gone pretty well for us. This is our brand new Pro 4. We're second points right now. You know, we're happy with that. Brand new truck out of the box. To be second points and striking distance to the lead. Very happy about that. In the Pro 2, we're leading the points right now. Coming into Sparks, Reno, Wild West Park. We want to get that points championship back for Rockstar, Makita Power Tools, BF Goodrich Tires and Traxxas. My guys work really hard on it, and the best reward to them is winning championships. We're standing next to my Pro 4, and it's a new truck for this year. Brand new. We've been working through some little bit of gremlins. Mainly working on this thing was getting the chassis set up right and learning, and me really learning how to drive it. The difference: Pro 4 4-wheel drive. The other truck that I drive is a Pro 2. Both of them are on BF Goodrich tires. They're similarly built, but you know, there's definitely a different driving style between the two. And you know, I've been trying to figure all that out and also figure out the setup. We're second in points in this truck, and we're leading in the Pro 2. So the 2013 season's been pretty good for us, and we have 5 rounds left, with 2 of them being here at Reno. Pro-Am helped us design the front suspension, everything in the front. And as you can see, this truck has an axle inside. It's kind of hidden behind this mud flap, but that's where the 4-wheel drive comes in. Steering box, Pro-Am located a little bit higher to get everything in, you know, fitting inside the truck. We got a 9-inch TubeWorks differential inside here behind the paneling, and then the drive shaft goes all the way back to the center of the truck where there's a transfer case by Wiseman bolted to the back of a Turbo 400, and you know, that's how we get our 4-wheel drive. In order to change the gear ratio, we don't have to change ring and pinions front and rear. We go to the underdrive, which is bolted on the back of the transmission. There's a set of quick change gears in there that we can switch between two to change the gearing either higher or lower. The engine we have is it's a billet block Leon Patton V8. It has close to 900 horsepower, about 750 foot-pounds of torque. It's definitely, you know, it hits hard. It's carbureted. We have a lot of rules here in the Lucas Oil series. We're not allowed to run fuel injection, but we've been real happy with our motor, which is connected to the Turbo 400 transmission. And then behind that, we have the Wiseman underdrive. You can see our Wiseman underdrive that's connected to the back of the Turbo 400, and you know, that the reason why we run that is to get the drive going to the front axles, but also it has a quick change gear set in there. So when we need to change gear ratios, you know, on the truck to go quicker or you know, be quicker out of the corners or have more mile per hour down the straightaways, we can change the gear ratios for that. So we don't have to get in and change the rear ring and pinion. All the brake rotors are 14-inch. The brake calipers are the same all the way around. It helps us, you know, with spares. All Pro-Am parts. We have a very good partner with Roy. They're at Pro-Am helping us with a lot of the equipment on this Pro 4 truck, and we couldn't do it without him. And also, you see just above the rear end axle housing, the Fox shock. It has external bypass tubes on there, and there's quite a bit of them on there, and we use those to adjust you know, the suspension in certain areas. They're position sensitive shocks, and you know, each track that we go to we'll change, open and close those tubes to help adjust the suspension and try to get the most grip that we can out of our BF Goodrich tires. Moving around to the back of the truck, you know, you'll see that we have our radiators, very large radiator with only 2 fans on there. We put the radiators in the back of these trucks because out here we're racing with mud, and when you're following somebody, you're getting roosted by a lot of mud. So we want to keep the radiator in the back so it doesn't get plugged with mud. We have a lot of screens, things like that, to try to keep the mud from making its way all the way back into the radiator, creating a heating problem for us. Right underneath the radiator, you'll see we have a fuel cell that's there. We typically hold about 15 gallons of fuel. It's down here in the bottom, right behind this panel, protected. And you know, the trucks, they don't get very good gas mileage, but you know, with 900 horsepower, what do you expect? This is really my office, and you know, we have a MacCachren seat belts. You know, I wear an impact helmet for safety. You'll see that we have a Motec dash. Right now it's off, but that'll read, you know, tell me all the vitals of the engine, the transmission, the temperatures, you know, what the fuel pressure, the volts are, and above that I have warning lights. So if something goes awry pretty quickly, the warning light will come on real bright, and I can look down on the dash and it'll tell me what the problem is, whether it's low fuel pressure or you know, oil pressure, whatever it may be. Over to the right of the steering wheel, you know, we have the shifter. This is a Turbo 400. I use the automatic transmission, but I shift manually, so I shift between second and third typically in all the tracks. That's all we use. We use 2 gears. You also see that we have head restraints. Once we get in the truck, if you're in a major rollover or something, we have the neck restraints on both sides, so you can't see the driver's side one right now, to help keep the driver in there. Also, radio connects to the helmet, so I can talk. We have a spotter, he can talk to me, let me know what's going on with the race, try to help me with lines, and also we have an air blower that blows into the helmet so I get fresh air. Get totally sealed up inside the helmet with a skirt that hangs off the bottom of the helmet that I tuck into the driver's suit, so that we make sure that we don't get any dirt or dust in our eyes while we're out there around the track. All right, now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our Leon patent V8 billet block motor, billet heads, 900 horsepower. By rules, we have to use a carburetor. So everyone's carbureted. There's no fuel injection here. You can see an MSD distributor down in there, our power steering pump, our alternator. We also utilize one belt that runs around. It's a serpentine belt, runs around the alternator, power steering pump, the dry sump, and also has an idler pulley in there to keep it tight. But we're very happy with the power that we have with our patent V8s here in 2013. You know, here on the front of the Pro 4, we have Fox shocks. We have a coilover shock with these wraps around the coilovers to protect the shaft and also to keep mud from getting in there and kind of binding things up. This is a Fox 3.0 position sensitive bypass shock. We have all the adjustments externally, so we can change the valving very quickly by just putting a wrench on the nut, loosen it up, and adjusting the Allen. The front of these trucks have 18 inches of wheel travel, and we try to get right there, right on the limit of 18 inches. You know, A-arm suspension, your tie rod, everything's got uniballs, tie rod ends, 14-inch brake rotor, and great big calipers from Pro-Am. Very important to be able to stop quick, and we feel very good about everything that we've chosen with the truck here. Well, this is the inside of our hauler. We have a bathroom up front. This is kind of a little office area. Be able to put stuff away, keep the helmets, get them clean, hang everything up. You know, as we move to the back of the trailer, we see a lot of the spare parts. We have 2 spare engines, transmissions, ring and pinions, third members. We do a lot of GoPro work, you know, filming stuff, the suspension, try to help us get any kind of clue or inkling to what we need to do to make the truck faster. You know, and all the way in the back, we've got guys back there usually working on engine stuff, trying to work on gear ratios, look at videos. We are constantly videoing. Anytime the truck's on the track, we're videoing it, so we can come back here and watch the videos and you know, diagnose suspension and grip levels and talk about it to try to help our truck work better. You know, I've been with BF Goodrich Tires since 1991, and they're constantly developing new tires and trying to keep us at the forefront of off-road racing. And you know, the new thing that they've done now, we actually have a tire that starts out as a slick, and then they can groove it into many different patterns that you'll see here in the rack and in front of me. So it starts out as a slick, and they start putting grooves in it whichever way we want to make the truck go faster, circumferential or lateral for forward bite. These are the practice tires and qualifying tires that we did, and they're holding up great. The engineers from BF Goodrich are always here debriefing me. We talk about it, and they're constantly making improvements to make our trucks go faster on the track. So kudos to BF Goodrich Tires.
Successful off-road racers of all time is with us here today in Reno. He drives at number 21. He's from down south, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Drives the BF Goodrich Makita Power Tools Rockstar Energy Drink number 21. 7 podiums on the season. Make some noise. The 21 of Ron MacCachren